fall of the Roman Empire in 476 AD saw the destruction of an empire and a society, and with it, hundreds of years of writing and culture. Great libraries of the classical world were one and all destined to be destroyed. Some of them met their end in accidental fire or natural disasters such as those of Rome and Herculaneum. Many more were destroyed in wars, internal conflicts and barbarian raids. The northern hordes who swept down on Rome and Greece in the 5th and 6th centuries had little or no respect for learning, and books were just so much papyrus and parchment to them. Athens' last great library was destroyed in 529 AD. The impact of the Dark Ages is, in terms of written texts and the classic texts, is discussed here by Cambridge academic professor Stephen Oakley, and this is an extract from a talk on YouTube.
Let's go on to the second epoch and the second hurdle that a text had to jump, and these were the barbarian invasions, which brought about the destruction of the Roman Empire in the West in the 5th century after Christ. These invasions also brought about the destruction of much ancient literary culture and of a very large number of books. And during the Dark Ages that followed them, very few Latin classics were copied or read. This is the period in which several works known to have been read in antiquity disappeared forever. For example, Ennius's Annals, the poem that had been Rome's national epic before Virgil had written the Aeneid, disappeared, and historical works such as the Histories of Sallust, which was his major work. We have the Jugurtha and the Catiline, of course, but the Histories, just a few excerpts of speeches. The rest of it disappeared at the end of antiquity. And the last 107 books of Livy's great history. Revival of interest came only in the late 8th century with the reign of Charlemagne, and this is our third epoch. The importance of this, the Carolingian period, so-called after Charlemagne, in which there was a passionate revival of interest in old Roman culture, the importance of this for the transmission of Latin texts can hardly be overstated.
So we'll move on to talk about the different ways in which how texts did survive. There are a number of fragments of the originals, although very few indeed. The Carolingian Renaissance, which we'll be talking about. The Byzantine Empire in the east. Classical Greece that were saved in the Muslim and Arabic world. And the monasteries of Western Europe. So tune in for the next 3-minute sprint, which is about how these texts were saved. Thanks.